Hello, everyone. Here I am. Okay, so I'm live now. Hopefully, all of you can see me. If you can see me, no video. You can't see the video. Don't tell me we're having some. All right, I think they're filling the chat room up. All right, is the video? Everything's good now. Every once in a while, we'll have a glitch. All right, if you can see me and everything sounds nice and clear, type it in the, hey, how you doing, Eric? Type it in the chat section. All right, everything's working. Thank you, Rhonda. Welcome everyone, all the ladies from the Jobu Sports Report, Andrew, who's here every week, Eric, Ruby from Joyland, Rose, Kathy, hello everyone. So glad to have you all here. Now, if you are familiar with this particular topic, please type this in the comment section. This particular incident happened last week. All right. Now, if you go back, and how you doing, Vicky? If you go back and look at some of my prior videos, I told you about the violence and some of the nefarious activities that were taking place in these shelters. Okay. How you doing, James? And so this particular incident happened last week. In God's hands, how you doing? Glad to see you. A violent brawl broke out at the Randall Island shelter. So, if you go back, if you haven't seen my prior videos, I've been telling you about some of these activities. If you're familiar with this one, just type in the comment section. So, again, this happened. A 24-year-old man was stabbed in the neck. This happened roughly 3:30 p.m.-ish, something like that. 18 people were taken into custody, folks, 18. And there were another 12 who were released, I guess, on their own recognizance, and then they'll have to go to court at a later date. We'll see how that works out. Now, this particular shelter is known for other violent activities. If you remember in a prior video, I did mention that someone was murdered. This was the shelter where someone was actually murdered. There was some argument. Two men were fighting over some woman. How you doing, Jenny? These are some of the activities that are taking place in these shelters. Guys, please, if you're here, go ahead and hit that little thumb, that like button, share this content out so that we can bring more people into the conversation. So again, this shelter, there's a lot going on, and a lot of it's not good. James says, I worked as a bouncer. I'd stay out of that. Yeah, James, you can't win with this one. Good. Kathy, yes, ma'am. I heard about this. It's just crazy out there. Yes. What is going on? And guess what? The primary assailant is still at large. And so I've been looking at videos, I've been reading various articles. And so a lot of the people who are living in these shelters, they'll speak to the news media, but they don't want their faces shown. And one lady was like, everyone has knives. And there are a lot of fisticuffs and a lot of altercations because people are stealing each other's items. And that's an issue. Now that's what some of the immigrants are saying, and that's what's causing a lot of the friction. All right. So, okay, Kathy's heard about it. Good. Ruby, it was inevitable. This is what happens when you put a lot of important, desperate people together. Right, Ruby? And, they have nothing to lose, and they don't, if people don't have money and jobs, well, they're going to steal. So that's what happens. Kathy, what will they do when they catch him? Probably not. Kathy, they'll probably say, don't do that again and take them back to the shelter. So again, this is coming to a city near you. And a lot of these, there's so much, like I said, I wish I had time. I wish I had time to do a video every day. And I was looking at some videos yesterday. They're going in these stores and they're stealing, thousands of dollars in merchandise. And the police are like, man, there's nothing we can do. And so give me some suggestions in the chat section. Andrew, we need common sense, illegal immigrant shelter background check. That would make sense. But of course, we know that's not politically expedient. So anyway, now from this particular incident, one immigrant told, how you doing, Lola? One immigrant told the police that that there are two dangerous factions. So in this at this particular shelter, there are two rival factions and like gangs, and so and they don't quite mesh. They don't see hitch horses. So that's how that goes. And so if you think about rival gangs, it's the same situation where they're always fighting. Catherine said they can do something, send them back, right, Catherine? But that's not politically expedient, right? James, ladies and gentlemen, unless you're here, you don't understand what is happening in Brooklyn, right, James? And see, the people who it's really not affecting, they're going to find out because this is spilling out into the suburbs. And so it will affect you. And you have to feel bad for the people who are in these large metropolitan cities because some businesses are shutting down and then people in that community become angry. But, this is even with regular citizens who are stealing so much from some of these businesses, they shut down and people get mad and cry discrimination. Well, folks, the object of being in business is to make money. And so if you're not making any money, eventually you're just going to close down. So peace to you. Texas has solved the border problem for now, and the Fed should just stay out of Eagle Pass. Okay. Yeah, that's an issue where a lot of people are coming in illegally. Catherine is from Brooklyn. All right, perfect, Catherine. I used to live in Brooklyn years ago. Rhonda says, I was in a homeless shelter over 20 years ago, and bad things happen to good people. Unfortunately, there's a bad element everywhere interfering with ones who are abiding by the law and need help. Yeah, Rhonda, that's part of the human element. You have people who do what they're supposed to do, and then you have a group over here. They're not going to abide by anything that's proper. Chef Finest Wine, they're opening the abandoned houses for the immigrants now. And that's a big issue. I'm going to do a video on that too. So again, the residents are really angry and their tax money. Now, remember, the working poor, they pay taxes too. Their tax money is going to fund this. And they're like, well, from the statement to Chef. Now, Chef, my partner Chef lives in Chicago. And there are people saying I was, homeless a few years ago and nothing was open to me. So Brandon Johnson, the mayor in Chicago, how you doing, Rhonda? He's paying people money who own large apartment buildings to house these people. And so people who live there are like, this was never offered to us. So that's causing, you see how that's causing friction. And so, again, if you live in one of those cities that, and it's going to make you feel a certain kind of way. So the 911 caller stated that the security guard who was on duty. So I told you the assailant in this particular situation got away. So then one of the migrants or immigrants told the police, it was the security guard. And it wasn't. It was another immigrant. So that's crazy. As usual, the narrative is being spun. They don't want to tell you the truth about what's really going on. And so the narrative is put the blame elsewhere or some external factor. And that's what they're doing. And so they're spinning it. They put that little spin on it to take the blame away from the people who are actually causing the problems. All right, so they're trying to shift the blame to the security guard who was just trying to do his job and who was just trying to get back home to his family. James said, big Brooklyn group here. All right. Andrew, SNC, CCP, objectives to illegals, economic depletion, societal collapse. Yeah, and that's what it looks like is happening. Definitely. And so think about that, folks. When you're watching the news, think about the narrative that they're trying to spin. The lamestream media will not share the truth with you because if it doesn't fit in that narrative, okay, they're going to put a spin on it. And all these news stories have a spin. The immigrants are never at fault. If you watch the newscast of the lamestream media, what a joke. And so I have a little audio I'll play for you. Now, you know how I do. Once I end the live, if you look in the description box, I have a couple of videos, but one I'm going to play because I want you to listen to this about the violent brawl that took place and the degenerate behavior that's taking place in the shelters. That, like I said, we're only hearing some of it. We're not hearing all. But now, as more and more of the immigrants are talking, off camera because they don't want their faces shown because they're afraid. they're telling about some of the atrocities that are happening in these shelters. So listen to this, folks, and I'll be answering your questions and discussing it with you in the chat section. So I'm going to let you play a little part of this. So listen up.
Is a situation that occurred in New York a few days ago where a Royal Rumble essentially broke out at a migrant shelter. And it's a migrant shelter that's known for a lot of violent activity and degenerate behavior. So I want to go into this story right now. And before we dive too deep into it, one of the things that I want to highlight the most is that if you pay attention to these news stories, particularly the ones that come out of New York that I've noticed, there's always an attempt to spin the narrative around and push it away from the degenerate behavior that occurs in the migrant shelters by those who are occupying it, and shift the blame around to some sort of security guard or other external factors that may have played a role in the situation or that may have been involved in the situation. But what you'll notice is a constant with this type of news is that the shift is always taken away from the migrant. And that's what we're going to see here. And they're going to get into some information concerning the security guard that I personally don't believe. And I'm going to explain to you why I don't believe that situation concerning the security guard in this news clip once I play it. But let's get into it right now. And once again, please hit the like button if you haven't already, and let's go.
All right, we need to tell you about a wild chain of events under investigation on Randall's Island tonight. A fight that turned into a melee outside the migrant shelter there. And wait until you hear who's accused of stabbing an asylum seeker. Here's News 4's Ida Siegel.
Arrest after arrest on Randall's Island this afternoon. Multiple people placed in handcuffs, all of them migrants from the shelter that's set up here. Cell phone video shows a man struggling on the ground as officers surround him. More video shows another man desperate to get past the police, yelling, "My brother, my brother." His 24-year-old brother had just been stabbed and was being taken away in an ambulance. This man did not want his face shown on camera, but he says he saw two men get into an argument inside the shelter. A security guard asked them to take it outside, and that's when things escalated and more people got involved. He says he saw a security guard take out a knife and stab a migrant in the neck.
There is no evidence that a security guard stabbed a migrant in the neck. There is no evidence of this at all. And you're going to see that there's no evidence of this at all as the remainder of this news clip plays out. And then we go into the next New York City news clip where they discuss the same situation where this phantom security guard apparently, allegedly, if you could even say allegedly, because they don't know who this phantom security guard is, stabbed a migrant in the neck. That didn't happen. And I'm going to get into why I don't believe that didn't happen in a little bit more detail concerning a different story once I finish out the remainder of this clip. But once again, like I said earlier, with these type of situations, there's always a very strong attempt to divert attention away from the degenerate behavior that is being caused by the occupants of the shelter so that they can put the attention on some other external factor or something or somebody else that may have been involved in the mix after the situation already took place and was underway. All right.
Yeah. Police could not confirm a security guard was involved, but they
stop right there. They just said the police could not confirm whether or not a security guard was involved. How can you not confirm whether or not a security guard was or wasn't involved? There's cameras everywhere. People have their cell phones out, and these security guards are on payroll. We all know who's on staff. We all know who was there and present at that time because they had to clock in and go to their location of service as it pertains to them being a security guard. So the very fact that nobody can confirm anything to you until this day, this is something that has just kind of gone away. The narrative of the security guard, the phantom security guard, still exists, but no one's been able to find him. That just goes to show that this is complete.
All right, so what do you guys think so far? So I'm not going to play the entire video, but I did want to play a small snippet for you. So again, you can listen to it as well as watch it in its entirety in the description box, okay, up under the video once I end the live, okay, everything. And you'll see I shared some websites with you. Ruby from Joyland, in the words of Whitney Houston, where are the receipts, okay? Right, Ruby. And so again, they're spinning the narrative and because they don't want us to know about all the atrocities. And so things are slowly trickling out like they usually do. It may take a little time, but the truth always comes out. Andrew, Washington, D.C. had a string of 29 cars windows. Yeah, I heard about that, Andrew. Rhonda, it's heart-wrenching with all innocents involved. Okay. Yeah, so again, a lot's going on. And like I said, I share this information so everyone could be cognizant. And the governor of Texas, Abbott, okay, we know he, everything that they've been going through now, Texas, Arizona, all primarily of the southwestern states, they're like, well, now you understand some of the things we've been dealing with for years. And of course, I think someone mentioned it earlier, easy fix. Sent this, put the people back on the buses and take them back to the border. But of course, that's not politically expedient. They're not going to do that. And we know why. Mentioned that several times. And so, what do you do? And so the spin in the media is for us to, empathy, sympathy, which we do have. Again, but if any of us, I always go back to this, as we as American citizens, if we break the law, we're not going to receive any empathy or any sympathy. How you doing, Darnell? We're going to be arrested and we'll be going to jail. James, these people are here and that's that. Okay, James. Catherine with friends, Trump would not have let them, right? So yeah, check my video from last week, Catherine. I did talk about that. And so what are we going to do? This is not getting any better. And so again, now, if you look at the people who are in, I think it was at Martha's Vineyard. So the people who are telling you to let all this stuff go, when those, if you're familiar with that, as soon as that bus, though, as soon as those illegal immigrants wound up, when they went to Martha's Vineyard, they got out of there real fast. So they're people who are telling you to deal with something, they're not dealing with it. So HB, Trump will deport illegals. Okay. So again, folks, no one is against anyone. It's just about taking care of home first. And like I said, I need to do a video on Chicago. This guy owns several boarded up apartment buildings. I think one of you mentioned it earlier. Well, now again, you need to know where your tax money's going, Chicagoans. So I watched the video. He said, "Oh, I just felt so bad. I saw these people were cold and they were hungry." No, Mayor Johnson wrote you a check, and so you unboarded those buildings. You didn't care that much. And then, like I said, people who live right there in Chicago were like, I mean, and this woman was like, me and my son were homeless. Our son was small at the time. No one offered her any resources. So you see how that causes divisiveness. Thank you, Ms. Puste, Dr. Puste, for that comment. And so, when you look at that, we don't need any more divisiveness. We have enough. But all I can say is, again, let's take care of those of us who are actually citizens first and then work our way outward. That's all I'm saying. HB, and we can turn it around. Right. We can. It can be done. So I know people are talking about, I think New York's they're trying to do something now. They're trying to stop the buses. And then Mayor Johnson in Chicago's talking about, I think he impounded some buses. So, but it's already out of hand. And why did it have to get to this point? And if you guys haven't been watching the news, what's his name? Mayor Johnson in Chicago is so stressed out. Partner, tell me if you're aware of this. He's in the hospital with panic attacks. If you know about that, I did a few videos on Mayor Johnson. So yeah, you can look that up. This has stressed him out so bad. Well, I have a solution. James, HP, look into it more. It's going to take more than he can do. Kathy can't come soon enough, right, Kathy? Darnell, still want to vote blue no matter who. Yeah, so if you like what's going on, well, okay, act accordingly. So, but don't come crying to me. This vote blue no matter who, instead of researching who you're actually voting for. That's the wrong answer, people. And I've already told you, I've been keeping up. I've been doing a lot of reading, watching a lot of videos. A lot of people said they're voting the couch this year. So usually when people vote the couch, that's in favor of the Republicans. So I'm just saying. Rhonda, issues with immigrants from Ukraine, Europe. News is not talking about immigrants coming in from California. Chinese asylum seekers are a political prop and it's unfair this election year. Okay, Rhonda has a point there. Okay. Ruby, New York and Chicago have a lot of nerve trying to close down their borders, but have disdain for Texas doing the same. So instead of blaming themselves, you could change your status as a sanctuary city, especially if your residents who voted you in office, that's not what they want. So Tina says, vote for the platform. Okay, yeah. Again, look at the platform they're running on. Policy. I vote policy, folks. That's what I vote for. Kathy, I just love your straightforward attitude. Thank you, Kathy. I'm just laying it out here. I tell people, because if you haven't seen my prior videos, people are shaming, particularly Black Americans. Oh, if you don't vote, all these people died. No, a lot of Black Americans are saying they are voting the couch. That's your God-given American right. Okay, I can't say, oh my God, you're the worst human being ever born. That's your right. Okay. Faye, how are you? In Citizens United and in APAC in the United States of Israel and foreign lobbying. Okay. Peace to you. Vote for candidates who support the Constitution, right? Who support the Constitution, right? And what do you stand for? What are your morals? What are your values? That's what you have to vote for, people, not because some minister or some political puppet is telling you who to vote for. I've already told you they're pulling out all strings. I think I heard this past week. I have to look more into it. Thank you, Gina. I have to look more into that. Now I think Biden's talking about signing off on the immigration bill. They see there is no way Biden's going to win this immigration crisis that was created, folks. This is destroying him. And again, it can be stopped, but people don't want to do that. Okay. How you doing, Miss TR? And so again, when you put other people in front of American citizens and expect me to get on board with it, I'm not. Joyce Frazier, how are you? People will tell you what they think you want to hear. That's true. But the thing is, don't continue to vote for the same person. Next election cycle, vote them out. All right. That's all you have to do. Don't listen to the political puppets because they're getting ready to send everyone around. Okay. And they've already started at the Black churches to go in there and tell you who to vote for. No, look that person up. What policies and platforms do they stand on? If it doesn't align with you and your values, don't vote for them. If you want to stay home, that's your right. Don't let anyone shame you into voting for someone because of the color of someone's skin. All right. And then you're part of the problem if you do that, because you didn't vote on policy. And then you can't complain about what's going on if you're voting, well, I'm just going to vote because someone's skin color looks like mine. That's the wrong answer, folks. Okay. Because they have an agenda and they know who to put in front of you to get you to vote for certain people. So wake up. Mike said NYPD took all migrant mopeds at the hotel. And Mike, I'm glad you mentioned that. So remember now with all this crime that's occurring at these shelters, and then remember they're at the 3, 4, 5-star hotels as well, to being funded by the taxpayers. Remember this. There's been a soft defund of the police in New York due to this illegal immigrant crisis. So you have less police officers on the street. What are you supposed to do if you're a native New Yorker? Less police, more crime. That's a recipe for disaster. Okay. Faye says, in the lobbying, the only stand for the dollar. Okay, good. Ruby, don't switch your morals and values to line up with your political party. Right, Ruby, that's wrong. Some people just vote straight Democrat ticket, some straight Republican ticket. They don't look at the people's policies. They're just, standing with party. Even if that particular person's values don't align with theirs, that's crazy. HB, not including real asylum seekers. The illegals have been educated on what to say. Right. Darnell, was a security guard black? I think for this particular case, for the this particular case, it doesn't say. For the other case I mentioned, he was. Okay. So yeah, thank you, partner, for dropping those links for me, dear. So and the second video I looked at today, he was the security guard. He was a Black American security guard. He was just breaking up a fight. Then they turned on him. I mean, a whole group chase. He was just running. He had his gun. He didn't pull his gun. He's probably afraid if he shoots someone, he's going to be arrested, But he had his hand on his gun and he just kept running. And this mob chased him. Yeah. Okay. So these are some of the things that are taking place. Mike, they took over 80 mopeds because they were not registered. Yes. So again, all kinds of, be cognizant, folks, of what is going on in this situation. I'm trying to cover it all, but there's something every day. And so I don't listen to the CNNs and the Fox News. I go elsewhere because CNN, MSNBC, and even Fox News, they're all, to me, they're all the same. So I go outside those sources to find out what's really going on. All right, because they have puppets there on their channels as well. So like I said, just be cognizant. They're getting what's her name? VP Kamala Harris. She's coming out. Where has she been? Okay, haven't seen her since you voted her in. And I'm looking at if you're not on YouTube and social media the way I am, there are so many people that look like me. They said they are not voting for Kamala Harris or Biden. Okay, so again, people are waking up, and that's a good thing. Sometimes it takes, and some of the people I've been responding to as many comments as I can. A lot of people are saying, well, what took people so long? It takes some people longer than others, but just wake up and look and see what's going on. If you have two eyeballs, Stevie Wonder can see what's going on here. And people to keep voting blue no matter who. Okay, you can't complain. What if there's a Republican candidate over here who has your same values, but you're not going to vote for him just because he's a Republican? Okay, so you have to live with who you vote for. Voting does have consequences, and even if you don't vote, there are consequences for that as well, folks. But at least, like I said, you do what you feel is right for you. I would never tell you vote for this party, that party, stay home. That's up to you. You know you better than I do. Let's see. James says, Mike, those don't need to be registered. Where did you see that, sir? Okay. And Ruby, and keep in mind, there's a strong possibility that if Joe wins, we end up with Kamala. Yeah, how you doing, Mo Dollars? So I don't know. I think that so far Biden is polling so bad among especially Black Americans up under the age of 50. And so I think they're going to pull the plug on him some kind of way. How, I don't know. I'm sure it's in the works. They're going to have to get someone there is no way that Biden's going to win a second term. And so I'm pretty sure they're going to find some type of ruse to replace him. He's not going to win. He won last time, of course, but with most, I forgot what the percentage was, pretty high. He had a large percentage of the Black vote, but those people said, a lot of those people that voted for him before, they said, no, not this time. Andrew, let's not forget the 8 Republicans that voted 11-13 to keep Mayorkas and Crenshaw of Texas that didn't bother to show up to vote. Yeah, so you have to look at both parties. You have people in both parties, they don't think about why they're there. They forgot why their constituents placed them there. And then they get up there and just do what they want to do. So again, next voting cycle, get them out of there. Andrew, okay, here I am. Peace to you. We have a $34 trillion debt, huge inflation, a Swiss cheese border, a failing Department of Justice, FBI, CIA, IRS, a sliding dollar, a weak military, and Democrats only seem worried about reproductive rights. Okay, peace to you. All right. Kathy, I'm Trump 2024, and I don't care who knows it. America first, make America great again. Okay, Kathy, right. Okay. Kathy has her views there, and Catherine's with friends says no way. Okay, Lady Libra, I will never vote for Trump, please. Okay, in God's hands, I agree. If Joe wins, we will get stuck with Kamala. Yeah, and guys, I don't know if you saw. I think I shared the video that if you've seen the senior living, if any of you have seen that video, it's hilarious. Senior living at the White House. Come on now, Stevie Wonder can see Jim Crow Joe Biden is not working with all of his mental faculties. Anyone can see that. I don't know if it's dementia. I don't know if it's Alzheimer's, but he's not working at 100%, cognizantly speaking. Okay. Diane, sitting on the couch instead of voting is just pure laziness. Yeah, Diane, if you've watched my prior videos, a lot of people are so angry and disenchanted. They're saying they're not going to vote because they can't stand Biden, but then they don't like Trump either. So that is what they're saying. So Diane, that they're just they said they're disgusted, they're frustrated, and that's what they said they're going to do. Andrew, sorry all, but yeah, it could be argued that Trump already won 2024. People whose car has been stolen, they want it back. Okay. Tina, vote for Constitution and democracy. Don't forget the big picture. Right, Tina? That's what we're talking about. Andrew, today in South Carolina church, Joe H. Chimballs was the last one in, first one out. Okay, Andrew. Yeah, Jack. Yeah, Stevie Wonder can see what's going on here, folks. Make it make sense. Catherine with friends. Trump versus Biden. I will vote Trump. Okay. So I have some people that say they're going to vote Trump, and then of course some in the chat section said they'll never vote Trump. Okay. All right. Tina says, what about mistaking Haley for Pelosi? Oh my goodness. I know, Tina. Jenny, I was truly hoping for another conservative to win the nomination and not Nikki. Trump will have to do. Okay, so and I speak with Jenny frequently, and we have conversations about people who are running, and so that's fine. Thank you, partner. Yeah, those of you, if this is your first time coming to a live chat, if you look at Chef Finest Wine, he's dropping several links. Thank you, partner. That I've been covering on this particular topic. Again, there are 2 or 3 topics every day. I wish I had the time to truly cover it all. Ruby from Joyland, I'm voting for Trump, not for the Republican Party. Okay, again, so Ruby must like Trump's policies, and that's all I'm saying. Vote for policy, folks, not for the don't look. None of us are perfect or choir boys or choir girls. Okay, vote policy. I vote policy. What's going to affect me? With me, education is very important. So I vote. I look at education for me. I told you I've been working in the public schools of North Carolina. I've been an educator for 26 years. I support charter schools and the voucher program. That's what I support, because for me, I'm in education, and to me, that gives students a better shot than the public schools. And that's my personal opinion, just from statistics I view and that I have viewed for the past 26 years. I think someone typed it earlier in the words of the late, great Whitney Houston, where are the receipts? I've seen the receipts, and charter schools get better results. And so anyone who has children and they ask me honestly, I will tell you charter schools are better. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying. If I missed your comment, charge it to my head, not my heart. I'm trying to keep up. Here, where are we here? Catherine Fryer, I'm with you. Yes. Lady Libra, Andrew Trump tried to change the election and take over the country. What do you think he would do if he won this time? There would be no USA. Okay. Gina says, thanks, Chef. Mike, James Wayne, look it up on Google. Make sure you put 80 mopeds confiscated in front of the Manhattan Hotel. Okay, good. Jenny, education is a top priority And I am with you as an educator that we have to do better. School choice, yes, Miss Hammonds, yes. School choice is the way to go. And for people that don't understand that, and again, I work in the public schools, so I'm actually going against my own livelihood here, right? But you can't lie against, you look at the results. The results, the receipts don't lie. And that gives people, students who come from, lower incomes, that gives them a better shot. Why? How do you expect students who live in a high poverty area, who, whether you want to admit it or not, folks, the public school system, there's a big difference in money depending on where you live. And if you're in a poor community and you go to a poor school, you have less and fewer resources and you have the worst teachers. That's just the way it goes. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's fair, but that's just the way it goes. Even here in North Carolina, okay, the county I teach in is near a few neighboring counties. So each teacher, you may not know this, each teacher makes a base salary, right? But each county has a local supplement. Okay, Wake County, the county seat is Raleigh. Okay, capital of the state of North Carolina. They have if I were to leave my county and go to Wake County, that would be a $10,000 boost in income because of that local supplement. So that's where do you think teachers are going to go? They're going to Wake County. Does that make sense, folks? And so I'm just keeping it real. Teachers are going, they're following the money, and even other states come here to North Carolina and recruit because they have higher teacher salaries than we do. So they're following the money, and I don't fault them. They have to live. And so let me see. I hope I don't miss your comments. And it says here, Lady Lieber, who are the independents that's running? We need real change. Yes, Lady Lieber, we're going to do some research on that. James, I see it now. Kathy, that's what it's supposed to be. So great about this country. You vote for who you think is the best candidate, but nowadays you can't tell if your vote actually counts, right? You never know what's going on, Kathy. Ruby, president does not have the power to change laws nor the Constitution. Whoever the next president is has limited power as always. So yeah, your congressmen are important. Your senators are important. Find out what these people represent and the platform that they are running on. Yes, very good, Ruby. Jax, please do your homework and vote. See how your representatives voted on the things that matter to you the most. Jax gets it. I've been talking about this for a while, Jax. If you haven't seen my prior videos, yes, Jax gets it. Trump actually did a pretty good job. Facts, okay? Rose, I agree with that about schools, especially for Black kids. I think Black would do better for school. Yeah, Rose, I'm saying Black, Hispanic, Asian, anyone coming from a lower income, okay? How are you going to get out of that poverty and you're in a bad school system, the worst teachers, okay? So yeah, it's just common sense. But of course, not everyone supports school choice. I do, okay? Andrew, I'm afraid. Who, Andrew? I don't know who you're talking about, dear. Okay, so Jack, she's telling you the truth. Poor communities have less money for school, and it's not fair. And Jax, I'm being very transparent. A lot of people, if you're not in education, you don't know that. But yeah, that's just the way that it goes. Again, I can leave my county. I'm actually near two neighboring counties. Cumberland County has a higher supplement than my county, so that's just the way it goes. We actually have counties in the state of North Carolina that don't offer a supplement at all. I mean, like your Warren counties, and then you have some counties like Randall that may have a supplement of $300. So compare $300 to $10,000. Wake County. Where do you think the best teachers are going to go? They're chasing the money. They have bills, and a lot of them have student loan debt they're trying to pay off. Right? Okay, where are we? Jack, she's telling you to do Chef Finest Wine. Andrew, can you please say who the trouble is that you speak of? Please respect the chat. Thank you so much, partner. Jenny, the real change happens at the local levels. That's right. And a lot of people don't get out and vote at the local level. And now these people in Chicago and New York, now you see what's going on with your mayors, right? So if this doesn't bring you out, you don't need to sit home on that. You want to deal with Johnson again in Chicago and Adams in New York. It's only going to get worse, folks. Let me see. Lady Libra, no, Andrew, I saw what happened with my own eyes. He flat out refused to accept the votes and tried to change the election. Facts, not fiction. Okay, so again, guys, I have so many. I wish I had time. Obviously, I have to devote most of my time to my teaching job. But I wish I had time to just do videos every day. God, I wish I did. Diane, I'm voting for Trump because I can't afford higher prices. In the past 3 years, with Biden, the prices have become unaffordable. I'm voting for the person that actually cares about American citizens, right? So, Diane, I went to Walmart today and I had 2 bags and that was $77. I'm like, what the heck is this? And I had what did I have? I bought a box of popcorn and a couple of other things. And whoa, what the heck? Okay. So anyway, I was like, I don't know. Hey, Kathy, okay, is applauding Diane Weaver. So yeah, guys, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. When I end this live, please go look up in the description box. You can listen to and watch the video. I played an audio, and I've actually ordered some new equipment so that I could do my I like to talk to you and have the 2 screens. I think I did it last week, but then I had some technical difficulties, so I've ordered a new MacBook so that I can continue. I ordered a newer one so that I could continue to do the side-by-side analysis. I like talking to you and letting you actually see the video without having to tell you to check it out once I end the live. Thank you so much, HB, for the super chat. Let's celebrate the first super on the live stream. Thank you so much, dear. So yeah. So again, Tina says, look up greedflation, not political. Okay, yeah. How you doing, JoJo? So yeah, they know there's certain. I was speaking with Tina earlier, and earlier in the day, and they know there's certain things we have to buy that we can't live without. So even if gas is $10 a gallon, we're still going to buy it. We just can't live without that for right now. And if you want us to buy electric cars, how about making them a little more affordable? Okay. You see how people are leaving California in droves. Too many rules, guys. And again, California is one of the most liberal states in the union, right? Whether you want to admit it or not, they've enacted a soft version of Jim Crow. You may not like what I say, look it up, right? Most people can't afford to live there. And they're so liberal. A lot of people of color, they can't afford to live there. So they're not telling you can't live there, right? But they're pricing you out of the market. What's the difference? Only difference is with Jim Crow, there were signs up that said no color. I'm just saying. Tell me if I'm wrong. I have the receipts. Let me see. Where are we here? Kathy, love your show, Roland. Can't wait for the next one. God bless you. Keep you safe. Thank you so much, Kathy. I'm going to keep bringing the truth. And like I said, I share links, videos, websites. So I'm just not pulling things off the walls. And I don't look at just one source. I go to several because there is some erroneous information on the internet. Now, my students think that everything on the internet's true. No, it's not. Okay. We, in this chat room, we're a mature chat room. Most of us know that, not everything on the internet's true. All right. So Vicky, they need to search each person before they can come in. Right. Vicky, Vicky, you haven't been here for a while. Go back and check some of my prior videos. Venezuela. Now, I don't know about the other countries, but I read this on more than one website and saw it on video too. They opened up their prisons and told the prisoners to head for the U.S. border. And again, coming in the country illegally, first of all, you've already broken the law, right? If we as American citizens break the law, we're going to jail. We're going to be arrested. So you see where I'm going with this, Andrew. Sorry, I can't. But lock horns with and that's funny because all right, Andrew, that's fine. Hey, we still all do well here. I like that this is an older audience, and we're not, like the cream puffs whose feelings get hurt. Hey, folks, I still look at Sanford and Son and All in the Family. You can't hurt my feelings, okay? Those are the shows I look at. And of course, those of you who know me know I look at Gunsmoke every day. Gunsmoke, Wagon Train, and The Rifleman. You can't hurt my feelings, okay? I'm good. Ruby, if you leave and go to another state, please don't bring your mindset to the new state and mess it up, please. And okay, Ruby. All right. James said $2.75 for a box of pasta. HB, it's important to spread the word, educate, talk, dispute. Right. And this is what we need more of. We can talk even if we have differences. You don't have to hate me. You don't have to denigrate my name. I don't have to denigrate your name. We just are different. That's okay. Different is good. In my generation, that wasn't a crime. HB, Kathy, you got that right. Yeah, Kathy. I look at Archie Bunker every night. I'm sorry, but no, it's not that serious. There are more things in life we can get upset over. No, it's not that serious. Chef Fine is one. Thank you so much, partner. Yeah, Lady Libra, it's okay. That's where people now, I think I mentioned to you before, people, this family member or friend votes for someone that you vote for someone else. And then friends and family stop speaking to each other. Folks, it is not that serious. It's really not. And I wish we could go back to a time where we have our differences politically, and all other kinds of ways, but we don't become enemies. That's ridiculous. Life is too short for that. I'm sorry, but it is. Sorry, not sorry. Ruby said, and they come with such a sense of entitlement. Ruby, if you haven't, those of you who are here, if you haven't checked out my prior videos, yeah, they put them up in the 3, 4, and 5-star hotels when they told them they had to leave. It was Ruby, go back and check my videos. They were like, no, not going to the shelter. And so Tina, Venezuela and Nicaragua and Cuba have dictators. That is why people are leaving. Okay, so all right, so Tina's giving us a little history right here. Yeah, but if you look at all of these people who are traveling, they're traveling through various countries to get here. You could stop at another country, but they're coming here because they're being told once you get to America, it's a gravy train, right? Money, shelter, food, medical, it's all covered. It's free. Freebies. All right, Kathy, I watch Gunsmoke too. I like the black and white over the color shows. Everyone seems meaner in the color episode. Yeah, Kathy. I love Gunsmoke so much. I have now I'm dating myself a bit. I still have the video cassettes, but I look at Gunsmoke every day. It's Marshall Dillon. He does it for me. Yeah. Andrew, there's a distinct red line election lie denial. Biden said his objective is to unite the country, and since he's a full tilt liar, look what's going on. Yeah. So if that's what you like, all right, vote accordingly. If you want to see something differently, vote accordingly. That's all I'm saying, folks. And so I don't want to. Oh, here's another. Jax, first time here. Don't change your mindset. Please teach the children to look up more than one source before they make up their mind on what to believe. And I tell them that all the time. Jax, I teach high school. And they hear everything. And when I tell them some of the, things that I share with you guys on here, they're like, but again, Jenny Hammond's on here. We talk a lot. They've been programmed, just like the older Black Americans, because I was watching some videos, and the older Black Americans, they're going to vote Democrat no matter what. The younger are like, nope, I'll stay home. So if you look at it, ladies and gentlemen, like I was trying to explain to someone, because they were like, I just don't understand why older Black Americans won't change. Look, they're not on social media. What do they look at primarily? MSNBC, CNN. Now, if those are the only places that you're getting your news from, folks, what do you expect? Again, me, you too, JoJo, me, and those of you who are on social media like I am, and the news, there are news stations here on YouTube that I trust, that I actually follow. and I follow them. Okay. Andrew, has that Common Core math been thrown into U.S. education? Yeah, Andrew, that was ridiculous. Yeah. Ruby, these Gen Z are not having it. No, but Ruby, again, look at it. They're on social media, right? And they really don't look at TV. They don't. I found that out a few years ago because I'd be asking some students, well, do you watch it? They don't look at TV. Now, us Generation Xers, and of course the baby boomers, they're watching TV. Rhonda says, I'm voting Democrat, my daughter's friends, family. Okay, Rhonda. Okay. So you see what I'm saying? And that's fine, Rhonda. But like I said, we're not going to block Rhonda from the channel. I'm like, oh, you're a horrible person. That's your God-given American right. Okay. And so that's my, main goal here is to be transparent. I share information with you. You do what you want to. Act accordingly, folks. Tina, but older Americans have also been involved in the civil rights movement. Facts, Tina. Yes, they have. And so they've been involved, and those are the people I really respect the most because they actually lived through Jim Crow. So when I hear the younger generations talking about how bad it is, I'm like, wait a minute. And even my Generation X, we can't complain a lot. We didn't live through Jim Crow. You understand what I'm saying, folks? So we have to take into consideration the generation, and there is a gap. There is. Let's see, where are we? Democrats need to pay for all the Democrat damage. Okay, Andrew. Rose, the older Black people that keep voting Democrat, you can thank the Black churches for feeding them the. Well, Rose, what did I say? They've already started. Okay, they go to the church first. That's one of the first stops. They're going to be putting on some rap concerts, probably some free food, events. Okay, where are we? Rhonda at James Wayne. Okay, yeah. Where are we? Rhonda said Jim Crow ended. Excuse me. Rhonda said Jim Crow never ended. Okay. All right, Rhonda. See you, dear. Thank you, dear. So Mark says, thankfully we got to follow, subscribe on other platforms like Rumble and YouTube that are not only covering news but offering opinions. Yeah. And so again, depending on your age group and your generation, you have access to a lot. Now we know baby boomers, they're going to watch that TV and that's it. They're not going to do it. So let's not be too hard on them, folks. Okay. Andrew, all the drug dealers, pedophiles, cartels, criminals vote Democrat too. Okay, Andrew. So, okay. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you folks and tell me what you think. Type in, I have 113 people in here. Guys, please go ahead, hit that like button. All right. Share this on your various forms of social media. Share it with family, friends. As we get closer and closer to the election, it's going to become vital to get this information out, to let people know that they need to do some research. Love you too, Rhonda. And that they need to find out before they go in that voting booth, all right, and fill out that ballot. Where does this person stand? Don't care about party. Look at policy. I told you folks, at this point in my life, it's all about policy. Thank you, partner. Thank you, Gina. And so that's just where I'm at. I'm trying to, as I talk to my students, and I was taught right now, the objective we're on is career management. And I told my students, there are no excuses. If you're here in America, you have the best shot. I don't want to hear about your nationality. I don't want to hear about your race. I don't want to hear about your religion. I said, work ethic is everything. If you work hard in this country, you can make it. Or you can sit around and make excuses. And while you're sitting here making excuses, again, I think I shared with you guys, I have students who were born in Africa. I have a student right now at Yale University. They don't come over here and make excuses. They come over here and get their education, and then they go to college and become successful. They don't come over here with excuses. Have students from Asia, same thing. Okay, so I'm trying to get my students to see that it doesn't matter. Is everything perfect in this country? No, I've said that 100 times. But if you have work ethic, someone's going to give you a chance. I don't care what your race is. The longer we keep using the R word, the race word, the longer you're going to keep going in the same circles. Okay? We're beyond that, folks. I'm not saying everything is perfect. I'm saying, and again, I told you, some of you have 118 people in here. If you're familiar with Thomas Sowell, type it in the comment section. He's written over 40 books. And I've changed my entire mindset, not just from reading Dr. Sowell's books, but also learning more about how they use Black Americans' emotions. Oh, this is racist. That is, I don't give a care. It has nothing to do with me. You can still be a success. So the longer you keep, to me, they keep using the word racism and racist to hold you down. Because you, in your mindset, oh, I can't make it. So you don't even try. You can't make it. And I pulled a student to the side. Time out for that. If you don't make it, that's your fault. Stop blaming your failures on a whole race of people. They're not responsible for the predicament that you're currently in. Make better choices. It's not fair. Okay? Where are we? Oh, Miss Pugsley, thank you, dear. Leonard, the Black race should be livid with the Democrat. Yeah, and I agree. Thank you so much. Julie, conservative Christian and a proud Trump supporter. Okay, mega. Okay, good. Andrew, Leonard Taylor, many are waking up and leaving the Democrat plantation. Yeah, and I'm just saying, peace to you. I'm reading 2 of his books right now. And I'm just saying, if you they keep using the word racism and that's racist to hold you down. And so you keep thinking you can't make it. If you believe in God, you can. Racist and racism, that word is just, that's just used, okay? And it's mental. So you have a built-in excuse to fail. Keep listening to these political puppets and LeBron James and all these other people that have been propped up in front of you, okay, to tell you how to think. Keep listening to them, okay? So, right, Julie, God wins. Kathy loves Thomas Sowell. Yeah. We need every American citizen to read his books. Okay? So all these people that are crying racist, that's racist, and I can't make it. You can't make it because of bad choices you made. Has nothing to do with a whole, you blaming all your problems on a whole race of people. Something else I wanted to talk to you. Leonard, yeah, he's full of him. He's always telling people he's another puppet that's been propped up. Al Sharpton, I could say I'd be here forever. All the puppets they placed in front of us that we're supposed to listen to. I'm an independent thinker. I don't listen to any of them. No. God gave me a brain and I can think for myself. And any idiot that listens to LeBron James, as he says, defund the police, and they don't even think, he doesn't use the police. Excuse me. He has a private, right? Private security. You defund the police, what are you supposed to do? You got to think, people. Don't listen to these puppets. Do not. Okay? Think before you go in there and fill out that ballot. Julie said, you're so finally right. Yeah, common sense. Because I tell you, I tell students all the time, you keep using that word and you're holding yourself back. Why do I have students from other countries come over here with a language barrier and outrun circles around you? You were born here. Explain that. Racism didn't seem to affect them. Why is it affecting you? Because you've been programmed. That's why. And you've been listening to the puppets. Okay? All right? Only puppets I like are the Muppets. Okay? Jim Henson. And so don't listen to those people. If you have a brain and you have all your faculties and you can think clearly, do a little research. Okay? AK, wow, God bless independent thinkers. Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Andrew, Democrats come in all sorts of colors and I hate them all. Andrew, Adam, accountability. We all should own it. Right. Praise his Heavenly Father. Keep preaching the truth, my sister. You're telling straight facts. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of it. Now, you got to realize over a 26-year career, now I teach high school students, and every time I hear excuses, I'll pull them to the side. Obviously, I can't say it to a whole class. It would offend someone. Then I have to go to the principal's office as, you know, a parent is there verbally attacking me. So I'll pull a few that I'm close to the side and I'll talk to them quietly where no one else can hear it. And, you know, and I tell them, hey, it's your decision, right? Make a choice. The choices that you make today are going to dictate where you are tomorrow, not racism. Oh, you can't make it because of racism. You have to get deprogrammed. I have a white coworker, and we talk every morning as we're walking. And she told me she had to be deprogrammed as well. She was a Democrat. And so you programmed and you don't even know it, right? So as I listen to a lot of the students, I'm like, wow, it's like it's inbred. Chef Fine as Wine, Miss Pugsley, I love your name. Oh yeah, I love that name. Pugsley, I think about what is it? Addams Family, yeah. Where are we? Andrew, Democrats love mandates, so it's time that Democrats are mandated to take Joey Chimball illegal immigrants into their homes. Yeah, that's the next move. You're supposed to take people into your homes that you don't have, they haven't been vetted. You don't know if they've killed 20 people. You don't know if they're in the drug cartel. You don't know anything. Get out of here. That's crazy. Miss Pugsley, thank you. Got a plug from the pond, named him after Pugsley on Addams. Yeah, I told you I'm a Generation Xer. I still look at the Addams Family. I love it, as well as the Munsters. All right, thank you so much, Gina. I'll see you in the Joe Blue Sports Report later, dear. Thank you. Fridge Reaver, wisdom in that. Oh yeah, yeah. So, guys, those of you who were here for the first time, I never had so many people in the chat section. I'm loving it. If there are any other topics you want me to discuss, please feel free to type it. Even after I end the live, type it in the description in the comment section. Yeah, and if you're here, again, folks, go ahead and hit that like button. If you have Facebook, if you have, excuse me, Instagram, share this with family, friends. We've got to get the truth out, folks. People need to know the truth. They need to wake up. Now, I will say the veil is slowly being lifted. Thank God. I just can't deal with it any longer. I tell you, I'm thanking God that this illegal immigration crisis that was created on purpose is waking people up. I'm thankful for that. I really am. Ruby, Eric Adams has already suggested the city pay private citizens to take these migrants. Ruby is telling the truth. Okay? That's a suggestion. People that you don't know. Peace to you. Got to go to you and everyone here, Miss Rowland, save the country. Right? Peace to you. If we share this information with as many people as possible. A lot of people are still walking around asleep. Right? That's why I'm saying, folks, share it. Let's share this information. Okay? The more we share, the more we get the word out, so that people don't go into the polling booths in November blindly, so that maybe this will inspire more people to learn about the potential candidates that they're going to vote for. Okay? Some people, they're not changing their mindset no matter what, but there are some people that may say, let me see where this person stands on this. And don't vote party, vote policy. So my theme this year, policy, not party. Andrew, maybe consider having the national debt clock ticking live on screen. 2 billion day increase. Okay, Andrew. Brent Smith, try to be civil, but don't let them bully you. Right, exactly. Brent says, John says, vote blue, the more migrants you get. Okay, good point. Brent said, vote Republican. Leonard Taylor, I did not hear Eric Adams complaining until the migrants went to New. Yeah, he was all for it. That's why, watch what you ask for. You might get it. Then you're going to regret it. Like the children of Israel asked for a king. And then what king did they get? Saul, right? So sometimes you need to leave well enough alone. I'm just saying, people. So think about that, folks. Again, policy over party. Okay? You already know where I stand. All right. Lady Libra. We need an independent to run. The Democrats and the Republicans are both responsible for sending these immigrants from state to state and blaming each other. They're both liars. Vote independent. Okay, Lady Libra has a point there. Brent, thank you, ma'am. Words matter. Do it in love. Yeah. And, you know, I really hate it because I was speaking with one of my subscribers, I think last video. She shared this video, you know, what we've been talking about so far as the, you know, illegal immigration goes. She shared it with her sister. Her sister changed her phone number, won't talk to her anymore. She, one of those vote blue no matter who people. I mean, so if you're not willing to learn, to me, that's totally asinine because I'm an educator and I try to learn something new every day, right? Vic says, Trump Carlson 2024, okay? Yeah. So some of you already know who you want to vote for. And again, that's fine. But again, share this with family and friends who may not know, who may just go in there, oh, I'm just going to vote straight Democratic ticket, or I'm just going to vote straight Republican ticket. No. Okay. Mike, Mayor Adams plays stupid games. He gets stupid prizes. Yeah, he and all these other sanctuary cities. Because I tell you, if I was mayor, oh no, heck no. Okay. Let's put these people back on buses and send them back to the border. My people, your constituents voted for you. You're supposed to be taking care of your constituents. I'm sorry, folks. Sorry, not sorry. That's how it was supposed to go. Ruby, this is what happens when you allow your politics to become your religion. You cut people off and stop speaking. Yeah, and it's not that serious, Ruby. Exactly. HB, why can't Americans video or see where migrants are being sheltered and conditions in the U.S.? Guards stopping people from entering. HB, I'm glad you mentioned that. I was watching a video before I came on this live and out of Chicago. I'm probably going to watch it when I'm done with this. And some people had some, because now all the illegal immigrants have those Biden phones, those free phones. And they're talking about the roach infestations. They're talking about how bad it is. I'm glad you brought that up. So I'm actually going to watch a video on that as soon as this live is over. Andrew, Democrats getting elected as Republicans is why both parties are condemned. Just like Haley, she is no Republican, but a Democrat posing as one. That's been an issue too. You've had that on both sides, Andrew. Exactly. Lynn Franklin, how are you? Are we not paying attention? Many say don't vote Democratic, but you're willing to vote Republican when they have made it clear that if Trump wins, segregation and military law will become the new agenda. All right, that's from Lynn. Miss Pugsley, freedom of choice. Okay. John, we all need unity, not division. Right. But Americans first. Jax, make America godly again. That needs to be the number one tenet. Jax, I agree with that. Keep praying for all our leaders and especially the ones you don't like. Okay. That's a good point, Jax. Maybe they will turn away from what they're doing and think about the people they represent. That's an excellent point, Jax. I like that. Yeah. Joe, Lynn, you're lying. Nobody has made anything of that nature clear. Joe, I don't know what you're talking about, dear. Tell me what you're talking about. Miss Pugsley, Alex Jones is showing up tomorrow at the border with the trucker convoy. Yeah, I used to watch Alex Jones, and he eventually had to leave YouTube. He had a big channel here, and then about the lawsuit and all that. Jennifer at Lynn, in colleges, the students are already asking for segregation. Yeah, they are. They're asking for resegregation. So it's like we move forward, but it's also like we're also moving backwards. So I don't know. Thank you, partner. Okay, so anything else, folks? I didn't mean to take so much of your time, but I do get a little bit wound up a little bit. All right. Are we good, folks? Like I said, I got to go watch a video about the living conditions in the shelters. And again, I just talked about the crime I talked about today primarily. That's not all. They're trying to keep it hush hush. Okay. I'm going to try to get as much information as I can. But again, they're not wanting this information out. Okay. So it's coming out in drips and drabs. All right. Thank you, John. It is good to talk. So tell me what you think, folks. Okay. Thank you so much, Leonard. Yeah, I got to go look at some videos, and we'll continue talking about this topic. And as we get closer and closer to this election, I told you, be aware, be cognizant of all of the ploys and all of the gaslighting that they're going to have, those traps that they're going to have set for you. Dennis, thank you for the live chat and wanted to speak the truth. Oh, thank you so much for coming. Jennifer, see you in the morning. Yes, okay, my walking partner. Perfect, Jennifer. Ms. Pugs, a new subscriber. Thank you. Happy Sunday. Yeah, and you guys that are here for the first time, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I go live every Sunday, 4 o'clock p.m. I'm trying to work into my schedule so that I do more than one video a week. And so thank you so much, partner, for taking care of that. And I unfortunately, when you're speaking the truth, sometimes people come in, they don't have a life. They want to come in and troll. That's why I do have moderators that take care of that. Thank you so much. Lady Libra, we're old. We don't have time for nonsense. Life is too short. I have more years behind me than I do in front of me. So I don't have time, as Jerry Jones of the owner of Dallas Cowboys says, for a bad time. All right, Lady Libra, thank you, Rollers. Thank you so much, Lady Libra, for coming over from the Joe Blue Sports Report. Brent, true, remember that uses racism. Okay, Jackalow, new subscriber. Thank you so much for coming in. Gloria, thank you. Thank you all for coming. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Don't forget, those of you who just came in, you can share. Once I end this live, all right, you can view the video in its entirety. I had the video earlier, the audio, but I want for you to view the actual video. It's in the description box, and you'll be able to watch that. And I also shared some links with you. So check it out and let me know what you think. And I'll be here again. If I can go ahead and get ready for tomorrow. I want to do another video because there's so much going on. Oh my God. So if you like these videos, keep me encouraged, and that'll make me say, hey, I got to do more than one video per week. Thank you so much. I've enjoyed you all for spending your very valuable time here at the Rose Reviews YouTube channel. And I hope to see you all again very, very soon. Before next Sunday, I'm going to speak it into existence. How about that? Okay. Thank you so much and have a good evening.